Since early in my term, our efforts in space have been under review. With the advice of the Vice President, who is Chairman of the National Space Council, we have examined where we are strong and where we are not, where we may succeed and where we may not. Now it is time to take longer strides, time for a great new American enterprise, time for this nation to take a clearly leading role in space achievement, which in many ways may hold the key to our future on Earth. I believe we possess all the resources and talents necessary, but the facts of the matter are that we have never made the national decisions or marshaled the national resources required for such leadership. We have never specified long-range goals on an urgent time schedule or managed our resources and our time so as to ensure their fulfillment. I believe that this nation should commit itself to achieving the goal before this decade is out of landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to the Earth.
This country of the United States was not built by those who waited and rested and wished to look behind them. We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. That goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills, because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one we intend to win, and the others too.
As command pilot of this mission, it is a treat for us to be here to receive these awards at the home of the President of the United States, the man who did so much to start this program out, and I'm sure will be as interested as we are to see this lunar mission come to the final goal of sending 3 men to the moon and bringing them back. Thank you, sir.
We want to recognize the legacy of President Lyndon Johnson on what would have been his 100th birthday. We wish the staff of the Lyndon B. Johnson Library and Museum all the best on the opening day of your exhibit, To the Moon, American Space Program in the 1960s. It's our hope that everyone who visits your museum will understand how far we've come since those early days of the American and Soviet space race.
When space beckoned, he stood almost alone in defending the idea that an astronaut would be a pilot, not simply a medical guinea pig. Chosen as one of America's first astronauts, it took him over 15 years to make it into space. But during that time, he did more to define the role of astronauts in the space program than any other person. He is Deke Slayton, and he is a legend of air power.